Are you calling a shot, Vernon?
I'm just calling it how I see it.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to Calling Shots with Vernon Davis. I'm Jenn Sterger, and here is my crew for the evening. I'm so excited to have them all here. Go ahead and introduce yourselves to everybody.
What's up, y'all? I am Rocky Dale Davis.
Vernon, we already know who you are.
I can't introduce myself. Come on. What's up?
It's in the title.
Wow.
Hold on, yo, it's me, Michael Davis.
Thank you so much, Mikey, for joining us. Are we going to do Mikey or are we going to do Michael? How formal is this going to be?
We can do Mikey.
According to Rocky, he's been drinking for since 10 a.m. this morning. So, I mean, it's informal as it gets at this point.
Cheers to you. Yeah.
Hey. Do you drink during the season or no?
No, not during the season.
But out of the season, are you getting wild?
You know why, Rocky? Because he's a professional.
I just did on Sunday.
First off, Jenn, let me pause you right there. He is a professional. He's a professional athlete, one of the best at his craft. When I was mascotting, I drank every day. Okay, so I was a professional mascot, by the way.
Because
Mikey.
you were trapped in a suit with your own body odor, dude. That's why you were drinking every single day.
First off, I drank because of the children that wanted to take pictures. Okay, that's why I drank, dude. But yeah, no. So yeah, that's awesome, dude. Vernon, did you drink during when you played or no?
Come on, man. I've been drinking Smirnoff for years, man.
Smirnoff.
Smirnoff.
It's the number one alcohol brand in the world.
Wait,
I love that that's the acquired taste you've developed with all of the things out there. You're like, I love me some Smirnoff.
This is an ad read right now for Smirnoff. We're coming out, guys.
All the bad decisions I made in college. So yeah, here we are.
This is Vernon Davis, Smirnoff. You want to get drunk the fastest from the fastest NFL tight end ever? Get the Smirnoff 85.
Oh, speaking of bad stuff that could happen, what's the worst that could happen in this upcoming Super Bowl? Look, there's always that one moment where you're just like, that wasn't supposed to happen.
100%. I think this could go. I think the worst way this goes is if this doesn't become a high scoring game. I just don't see how this isn't like a shootout. If it's a shootout, you got, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow on one side. You got Cooper Kupp, OBJ, Matt Stafford on one side. But it's just one of those. If it's one of those weird years where it's just, it ends at halftime 7-3. I think that could be the worst thing. That could be really, really bad if it just turns into one of those boring games. I think at that point you
just give the defenses off the second half and you just let it ride, right?
Dude, 7-on-7 drills.
Defensive player, that's not a bad game though.
You like that?
I mean, that's what you want. You don't want to shoot out.
So from your perspective, when you're watching a game like that, you would rather see just a bunch of drop passes, incompletes, swatting away.
I mean, not necessarily like drop passes, but just like good defense, like a lot of PBUs, you know what I'm saying? Like tight cover stuff, And like, it may get a little boring. Yes, I agree. But still, you don't want a big shootout. I think the worst thing that would happen is having Jamar Chase go off, especially as coming for the Rams defense, just letting him just go off with 200 plus yards,
Just one of that could be his game. That could be the game where he really sets the precedent and he just goes off. That's the thing, though. What if he goes off and Cooper Kupp goes off? I mean, both those things are very likely to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that happens. Everybody wins, right?
Dude. Why are we talking about? Everyone's talking about Cooper Kupp. I love Cooper Kupp, but what about Odell Beckham Jr.? Like guys like Odell. These are the kind of games where guys like Odell Beckham. He just, of course, he was. He caught 100 yards here, 100 yards there during the regular season and the playoffs. But the biggest games, that's when guys like Odell Beckham come out and have like 200 some yards.
So you think he goes off?
It's in his system, and it's in his blood. It's in his DNA.
Are you calling a shot, Vernon?
I'm just thinking about experience, right? I've had moments like a guy like Odell Beckham, right? He come in, no, he's not having the games that Cooper Kupp is having. But I've been in that situation where I did really well, but then when it comes to Super Bowl, it's like that. It's that energy you get. It's like, you find yourself in the zone. The zone is that focus that you don't get every game.
How much of it is that energy though, Vernon? And how much of it is, well, our opponent clearly prepared for Cooper. So like, why wouldn't it go to OBJ? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it can go to OBJ, but it's just like, I don't know. It's something about being in the zone. When you're that kind of player like OBJ, that's when you come out. It doesn't matter what happens. It's like the energy that you're putting out, You know, it's like the law of attraction. It's going to happen for you. It's going to happen.
Manifesting right now.
Hey, it is what it is. I'm just calling it. I'm just calling it how I see it.
Jalen Ramsey is going to be following around Jamar Chase the whole game, probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so do you think Jamar is shown to be one of the best players in the NFL, honestly, not let alone a rookie. That doesn't even count just as a player.
Yeah.
Do you think that Jalen Ramsey can lock him down for a full game? Obviously 5-7 yard slants, he's going to get a couple of those, but do you think that he could possibly torch him? I mean, as a defensive player, I assume you have to, respect, or maybe, I don't know, admire could be a weird word, but respect at least Jalen Ramsey's game.
Yeah, I like Jalen Ramsey's game. He's tall, he's lanky. But I think he'll be able to lock down Jamar Chase, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like his game. And I think Jalen is smart enough, and obviously Jalen is one of the best corners in the league right now. So I have great faith in him. And obviously, like, you do have to respect everybody, every offensive player, but you don't have to fear them. So you just got to go out there and just play. And I think Jalen will go out there and play and do his thing, just like he's been doing.
Do you feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be watching this game like, oh my God?
Definitely. It definitely
like
are.
Like that remorse when you see like your ex move on and she's like super happy. Not that Rocky's been through this, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be watching the Instagram right like, damn it.
Yeah. The Giants, Detroit.
Detroit's tripping right now. Yeah.
Jacksonville. There's three teams that are like, what the fuck,
dude? The Browns and OBJ. Speaking of OBJ.
Oh yeah, I said the Giants, not even including the Browns, dude.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a good leadway into this. So as what are in the history, we've all watched football for a very long time. You know, obviously Super Bowl, biggest day of the year. What are some Super Bowl moments that you can remember?
We're talking good and the bad, right?
Yeah. I'll say the 28-3, the Tom Brady. It was just, I watched Man in the Arena. I don't know if you've watched that, guys, but it just breaks down Tom Brady's thought process. And obviously he's talking from when it's already happened. So
it's very easy to talk about your success after it's happened versus, in the moment. It would be really cool if you had that footage, like in the moment of like him going through the whole process during the game, but whatever.
Yeah. Him walking up to all those receivers and telling them, hey, you're fucking cut when we're done here.
But catch like, this for you too.
Yeah. Apparently he was like in the locker room and he's like, man, I really think we're gonna, like, guys, we're not out of this yet. And I'm sorry, but to be down 28-3, that is just,
gave them their moment where they were all like,
But yeah, Vernon, what's your moment?
I'm gonna have to say the moment when the lights went out of Super Bowl 47. I actually played in that game. We were in the locker room and we were just sitting there. Guys were stretching. You had some guys just, meditating and doing yoga. It was all kinds of things happening.
Someone was like, you know what would make this more zen? Let's just turn off all the lights.
Do you think it played an impact in the game, Vernon? Because the game was going differently before that happened.
Well, it definitely gave us the momentum. I think we were able to kind of like, wrap our minds around it and say, hey, guys, we have an opportunity to do something special here. So let's go back out there and do what we have to do. And Baltimore, they got relaxed. So we were able to come back and get in the ball game.
Mikey or Jenn, do y'all have a moment?
I mean, I don't really remember too many Super Bowls, but the Nick Foles one versus the Patriots, Tom Brady. When was it? When they both did like the reverse pass.
Crazy.
Brady dropped it, and then Nick Foles redid it and got it. I mean, that's kind of like a slap in the face,
You want to say as a person watching, right? You want to be like, how did Brady drop that? Dude, let me tell you something right now. I've had like a football thrown at me from like a buddy of mine that played Division 12 football, where he slung one at me, and I was like, hey, dude, I'll punch you in the face if you throw a ball at that hard again. It was brutal. It's like, it's really not like as easy as you think, especially that big of a moment. But then for Nick Foles to come back, I don't know if I could say the words on here, Big Dick Nick coming back and just dropping the same play on him. That was the Philly. I mean, that was just one of the most incredible moments.
Yeah.
You know what? I do vaguely remember this one moment. And I say vaguely because I was actually in the hospital while I was watching it. because I had gotten viral meningitis and they were getting ready to give me a spinal tap, and it was in the middle of the Patriots game versus the Giants. So this would have been like what, 2008?
Yeah.
And I literally remember being like, they're like, Jen, we have to get you into the spinal tap like so fast. I'm like, let me watch this down. I gotta see how this ends. And literally when he caught that I was like, okay, we can go now.
Yeah.
Like I have fever dreams of that Super Bowl, and everybody's like, it was one of the greatest games of all time. And I'm like, thanks, assholes. Thanks. I'm like, I'm sure it was. I was really enjoying myself in a Marina Del Rey hospital.
Yeah, you're like, you think it was good. I was getting a spinal tap at the moment, dude.
Yeah.
I was on a morphine drip. It was amazing.
Yeah, dude, there was 12 Tom Brady's out there, dude.
That's definitely, I think that's my moment. I barely remember it, but I think that's my moment.
I think a cool thing is the greatest interceptions of all time.
Absolutely.
That there's been quite a few. I mean, talking about the people, I guess, that lead the pack, Ed Reed. I just saw that what it said, it's at 70 interceptions. Mikey, as a defensive player, that just has to be unreal. I mean, to think about that.
Literally unreal. I'm at 6. I mean, he's at 70. What?
You know what? You got a long road ahead of you, kid. Okay.
It's crazy, yo.
Mikey, just step it up and just get 64 more interceptions. That's all you have to do.
You intercepted a pass from Tom Brady. Like you can just I would have retired right then and there. I'd have just spiked it and walked off the field. I'd have been like, I'm not topping this. Goodbye, guys.
Yo, that's legendary. Mike, that's legendary, bro. I'm gonna have to bow down to you, bro. That's legendary, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
What did that feel like?
In the moment, I didn't really feel anything in the moment. Like it didn't click until after the game, but even then we lost, so it's kind of like wasn't really thinking too much about it, you know.
Yo, Mike, did you piss on yourself, yo?
No. Unfortunately, I didn't.
If I would have pistoled myself, if I was a cornerback coming in, man, that's legendary, bro. You gotta frame that ball or put it on the wall like I do mine with all these.
No,
balls,
I definitely did. It's downstairs. Yeah, it's downstairs. It's on the wall, definitely.
Yeah, they're like, the ref's like, give me the ball back. Mikey's
It's
like,
downstairs.
you're out of your mind, dude.
Yeah.
You want this
ball
back?
I dropped the ball. Things that I dropped the ball. Like I literally threw the ball, and then I had to go back and grab it.
Hey, you tell the person, you're like, hey, look, we'll give you 2 seats to the next game. It's one of those things. Jeez. You're like, give me that ball back. That is insane.
Did they paint it up for you, Mike? Did they paint it for you?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Who do you guys think gets more like? Are you people more likely to blame the quarterback for a pick or give the credit to the DB? How does that work?
But you blaming the quarterback all day. You're not going. Look, I'm not going to blame him because I'm not that kind of guy. But I'm just going to sit back. But I listen. There's guys over here, guys over there.
So Vernon and Mikey, this goes for both of you guys. As you both are NFL athletes, obviously, and so very good at what you do. Like you're in the upper echelon of the league you're in, right? You're doing very well. So both of y'all did that. Is it weird when you play in high school? Like when you were like, obviously you were in the NFL now, you did great. But like when you were in high school, was it easy? Because I think about it all the time of like someone like y'all that went on to do these amazing things. You're playing against people like me that are like worried about hot wing day in high school. Like my focus I'm worried about getting drunk when I leave the game. And then I'm playing against people like y'all that are just physically superior. You playing better. You're just better overall. Was it weird to play in high school? Were you just so much better than everyone else around you? Unless you were playing like another elite person, but just like playing like, Joe Schmo from Des Moines, Iowa, whose dad's the coach.
You want me to go? You want to go?
Oh, you go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I guess my high school experience was a lot different than most football players, I guess. Our best record was 3-7. So I guess I should just tell you all about my high school experience.
So on a 3-7, I'm from Brookwood, Alabama. So to put it in perspective, we went 0-8 for 12 years in a row. So I mean, we were the best at losing. But so back then, I mean, obviously you didn't win, but were you just better than the people around you?
Yeah, but it was fun. But it wasn't fun losing,
Yeah. Right.
I guess
You
it
ever
was fun
line up
playing with
against
that.
somebody that's so good though, where you're like, I'll see you in the league one day?
To be honest, no. I've actually gone back and checked, and none of them made it past college.
You're like, why did they win
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
games then?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Vernon, how about
exactly.
you?
I mean, it was they were talented, but it's just like, when you in high school, you really stand out because
Right.
you you're either good, you're great, or you're bad. You know what I'm saying? So you got three different tiers. So, and it's not too many guys that come across that are great players. So you stand out. But on our team, we were loaded. We had like 5 other guys. When I was a junior,
wow.
senior. When I actually played with Josh Cribbs, remember him? Cleveland Browns, the returner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was my quarterback in high school.
That must be wild to see, because as someone so I grew up where Jameis grew up. I grew up down the street from Jameis Winston. And when he would play, it was like an event. Like ESPN came to McAdory High School. And when you watched him play, I watched Bo Scarborough too, who hasn't really like shown out in the league, but was obviously a very dominant player. And it was just funny to watch this, to watch Jacob, who's on 10th grade playing up to varsity. And just watch him try to tackle Bo Scarborough. And all he's worried about is, his grandma buys him Hardee's after the game. it's just a sad. I just always thought about that with two athletes like y'all. But yeah. But I think as far as interceptions goes, greatest interceptions I think the greatest interception of all time, you can argue it if you want, has to be Malcolm Butler, the interception versus Seattle, or interception versus Russell Wilson. That they had the ball, the 1 or 2 yard line, and how you don't run that. And they showed it back, and Marshawn Lynch has been very adamant about we should have ran that damn ball. And then you throw it, and Malcolm Butler with the pick of a lifetime. I mean, he could live the rest of his life. He never has to do anything else. He picked that off in such a clutch moment, because the people forget that Seattle team was like loaded, and that would have been back-to-back Super Bowls. The cap space would have busted them anyways, but that would have been I think you could talk about one of the, kind of like that Detroit Pistons team, that had Isaiah, where they won back-to-back. That was a crazy team, and they should have won that game. And Malcolm Butler came in and torched it up.
It's interesting how people look at plays like that. You can either look at the situation. What was the situation in that game? Was it a play where they really needed it, where if they intercepted the ball, then they win the game? You know what I'm saying? Because they can have possession offensively, then they go down and they score. Or can you look at a game and say, wow, based on a guy's athleticism, the way he intercepted that ball, that was a great interception right there. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there's categories.
There's like a crazy one-handed interception. There's the clutch moment interception. And I'm trying to think of like a moment like that where there's like a crazy, like a one-handed interception. It's not on my mind right now.
I don't know if you remember Chris Conte from the Bears back in 2014. Kaepernick playing the Bears. 49ers were playing the Bears. Kaepernick was looking at Anquan Bolden going down the right hash mark. He threw the ball, and Chris Conte came from the middle of the field and just made a diving catch, stretched out, and just intercepted the ball. It was crazy.
My favorite is the pictures where they're jumping off the ground, when they show like the screenshot of someone off the ground, and it's like, dude, are you jumping for? It's like a 45-inch like vertical jump and just snagging one. And those are the plays that make me break my controller in Madden. Those are the ones. Because I don't understand it. If I'm running across the field and there's a guy 10 yards up, but I have a guy 10 yards behind him and he somehow picks it off because it's in front of him, that's bullshit. Okay. Look, we're 3 NFL athletes in here right now. Okay. That's bullshit. We can all admit it. Madden, fix your damn game. Fix your game. Okay. This is bullshit. Also, Lamar Jackson would have fumbled more if he was hit. Okay. Fix your game, Madden. Sorry. All right.
3 NFL athletes. I was like, oh, Rocky's so pretty and not good at math at all.
First off, I was an NFL cheerleader for 2 years. So get your shit right, Jen. Okay. Read my bio, dude. I was out there with the Cowboys. What's up, guys?
Anyways. Obviously there's a lot of talk right now about Gronk retirement, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, this could be the perfect opportunity for Gronk to go back to the WWE. I don't know if you guys saw his like first run with them, but that man is just built for sports entertainment.
I agree. The man's a wild man. Just from the videos I've seen him, he's just a wild man.
He's just a wild man.
He's a wild man.
I feel like he's one of those guys you just look at and you're like, obviously, I need to party with this person. You know what I mean? You're never
just
getting
hang
the
out with him.
deposit back for any hotel room you share with him. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
The thing with Gronk that must suck as like being in the NFL for the past 10 years is if you were in the NFL, you know, you're sitting there, you're eating like, you know, kale salad, you're drinking some kind of, you know, bullshit drink. And then you're watching Gronk the day before, probably, you know, he's at a bar just getting blasted, paying beer pong. You know, he is. You're sitting there, you know, getting your back massage, and he's just out there with, you know, just drunk as hell with his arm broken in a sling, you know, just do it. Like that's the best way to live. Gronk is my spirit.
Though, Rocky, guys have different approaches, I'm sure, when it comes to getting ready for a game, you know, and what they put their bodies through. Vernon, did you guys have anything, or Mikey, did you have anything that you do before games to get ready, like rituals and stuff like that when it comes to like food and routine?
I pretty much eat salmon a lot for the game.
Salmon? That's the trick?
Yeah, it's like eat salmon. That's about it though.
That's it? Vernon, did you have anything that you did like without fail before every game?
Yeah.
I will go on Uber Eats and I will order a whole chicken, rotisserie chicken from Boston Market. I get the macaroni, cheese, and sweet potatoes and some vegetables. I do that before every game. It was the best.
I just see you putting that food order in, and then like in the middle of the game, you're like, man, why are we wearing whites today?
Back to Gronk though, what would Gronk's like finishing move be? That'd be like that's you know, guy's a big dude. You could do choke slam, but I feel like Gronk,
I think it'd be called Remember the Titans, and it would be dropping his opponent on the turnbuckle.
I think Gronk would do something high flying. I think he would go off the ropes and do something like, or I guess Gronk smash could be something. I think Gronk is going to end up in the WWE and he is going to, he's going to end up breaking like an arm or something. I feel him like coming in.
That's if he gets past the CTE protocol. Okay.
Oh, hey.
No. As someone who has been through, listen, you guys are all athletes, but I'll let you in on a little something. As someone who has been through a WWE physical, I will tell you, they're not always the best, because I got through and I'd broken my neck twice already. So,
Jenn, your neck was it was broken before the tryouts.
Yeah, I broke it again during tryouts, but that's besides the point. So,
Jen, maybe let's avoid the WWE from before. Good Lord. Jenn, by the way, we're all talking in the room. I mean, y'all are athletes, but y'all haven't broke your neck. Let's clap it up for fucking Jenn right here.
Yeah, you guys aren't shit. No,
good Lord. She's still out here serving the world.
I've played hurt before, okay?
We got Allen Iverson here in the room with us, man.
Again, you sitting up really nice, up and straight with your neck being broke twice like that.
Hey, it's been in a brace twice.
Yeah, she's got two PVC pipe running up the back of her neck right now.
Look,
it's like this
looks good, but it's made out of graham crackers, okay? Like this shit breaks into a million pieces.
Mikey, we have him right here. You were an undrafted free agent that was signed by the Chargers.
They gave me a shot, you know. That's all you can ask for, just a shot.
That's such a wild thing, because I'm a huge fan of the Hard Knocks every year, and you know you always watch those battles. You really, what sucks with Hard Knocks, they have to stop doing this. You develop emotional relationships with the players, and I mean almost 99% of the times the undrafted free agents get cut. So is it kind of like that, like with Hard Knocks, where you are having to go out there and you had to perform a physical task that is one of the hardest things to do in the world, along with the emotions of knowing, I guess, whenever that cut day is, that you may be gone. Is that emotional to go through?
Yeah, it is. I actually did get cut my rookie year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How do you rebound from something like that?
It was tough. I had a few talks with my mom, you know, and it was tough, but they brought me back, and then I guess I was active ever since week 2, because I used to ball in special teams. I guess I just wanted to prove myself, you know. Mm-hmm. But it was tough. Yeah, it was tough times.
Yeah, man. I guess it is kind of just it's just like the show to go through that. And then every week I guess you're hoping they don't call you because if they call you in the office. But what was it like that first time where they called you in and they told you like, hey, you're all good to go. We're keeping you on the team. Was it like an emotional thing?
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, come on, man. Like really like right now. Cause I was had to bring in my iPad and my notebook, go walk into the office, talk to Tom Telesco. And it was I was like, damn, man. And he was like, yeah, well, we really like you, but I mean, we gotta like cut you. And in my head, I was like, there's no way like the other corners were better than me, you know. But
yeah, that's
everything happens for a reason. So
I 100% get that as a comedian in 2020. Obviously my life fell apart. And I had to move back in my mom in Alabama in my mobile home. So it was my mom, my grandfather, my sister, her 3 kids, her husband, and me in a trailer. And I was having talks about quitting comedy. And I assume, at some point you maybe, when you got cut, that had to be a thing. But to come back, though, the same way, I'm obviously this rich and famous comedian now. I'm doing very well. Look at that guitar over there. But for you to come back on April 9th, 2020 and get $3.25 million, baby. Let's go, boy. Let's go. Send me your Venmo, dude. I'm going to request at least 2,000 right now, dude.
What did you buy with that contract? There had to be like one thing where you're like, I'm treating myself.
Oh, for my 10th year? I didn't buy anything for my 10th year. But then
No?
I signed another contract. Yeah. Because I was just like, just an increase in pay. I waited for my next contract, the one I signed for 25.
Okay.
Then I
What'd
bought
you do with
my
that?
mom. Then I bought my mom a house. That was the
Hey,
first thing I did. Yeah.
Like,
oh boy.
Can you tell me like you did something crazy to like a car or something? Like you're just such a nice guy. Like, of course you bought your mom a house. Like you had to have bought yourself one extravagant thing.
No, not really. Like, no, not yet.
Well,
Just the most shocking thing was just my mom's house. Yeah.
oh.
I mean, it's like we're like, what'd you buy extravagant? He's like, I got Chipotle,
Exactly.
and I put guac on the Chipotle, so it was a big moment.
It was
for me.
Extra.
We went to Cheesecake Factory.
With the queso on the side.
Vernon, did we ever ask you that? Did you ever buy anything crazy, Vernon?
Yeah, I told you guys I bought an Escalade with Lamborghini doors on.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, Mikey.
I've heard it, and it still makes me laugh because it's the most ridiculous thing
Yo,
I've ever heard.
don't y'all listen to 50? Don't y'all listen to 50 Cent? Didn't you hear what he said? You heard what he said, right?
No.
Bro, you heard what he said. Mike, you heard what he said, right?
What did he say?
He said,
yeah.
Hold on. You got it, bro. You got it. Let them know.
He said, I got the Lamborghini doors on that Escalade. Remember?
I got it.
Mikey, you're how old are you? You're like 23, 24?
Yo, let me play it for you.
I just turned 27.
27. Oh, you're right. Yes, you're about my age then. Okay, yeah, you should have known that. Hey, hold on. Zoom in at Vernon, tap him with your fingers. Vernon, you were like this right here, dude. That was great. Dude, that's what I'm saying. I feel dumb, dude. I'm gonna go broke because when I got my first like big check, like coming up from a club, and it was like $4,000. I went out and bought an $800 bottle of bourbon, dude. I went out and bought new teeth. Like you guys, I feel worried, man. I'm gonna go broke. They're gonna have me on that 30 for 30 next time. This is ridiculous. You're too nice, Mike. You got to go spend some money, dude. Get a Honda Civic get a Honda Civic with Dodge neon doors, dude. There.
You should, huh?
Get a Honda Civic with some 98 Dodge neon doors, dude.
How am I the only person that hasn't played sports? And I probably brought the stupidest thing with mine, with my first like big lump sum I got, which was I bought a Shelby GT 500 when I was like 24 years old with my Sports Illustrated money.
Ooh,
damn.
Cruising.
Yes. I was cruising, except it also came with lots of speeding tickets. So
yes.
Wow.
Luckily I had boob jobs to get out of those, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Classic.
I'm from Florida. This is as classy as it gets.
Being from the LA area, are you rooting for the LA Los Angeles teams in the Super Bowl?
I mean, you got to keep it local. You know what I mean? First Super Bowl in LA team in the Super Bowl, got to keep the hometown.
Oh, He is just classy.
I
I
mean,
just
it should
like,
be.
screw that. No.
we
I mean,
we
as it
brought.
should be, but I think that's how it should be.
You're too nice.
No,
It's
I'm
just too.
just.
He brought us on with these. I'm a degenerate, okay? I'm a degenerate gambler. I'm a degenerate comedian, drinker. And then he's like, yeah, dude, we're rooting for the team. He bought his mom a house. He's probably going to send us, a couple watches or something just to say thank you for coming on the show. You better damn do that. And he's just a good dude, man. You're just too nice, man. That smile, dude. This dude's a good dude, man. I swear to God. Look, I'll send you a signed Rocky Del Davis jersey from my church league if you send me a signed one of your jerseys. Is that a deal, dude? Lock it down right now.
Yeah, lock it down. Deal.
That's fair. So also, I guess this is a stupid question to ask. I wrote this down, but it doesn't make any sense now. You went to BYU.
Yeah.
They have restrictions on behaviors, such as everything that I'm a big fan of, sex, alcohol, all that good stuff. Was there any hard rules to follow there?
I mean, all those rules were hard to follow.
So, Mikey, another question for you, Mike. So obviously you picked off the GOAT, Mr. Tom Brady. How often do you replay that moment in your head? Like, is that like a moment that you can think of that is your sunshine and roses moment you can just think of and you just get happy?
I actually don't really think about it unless people bring it up, to be honest. Yeah. Because I'm always trying to get the next one.
So it's just so beautiful that you can pick off Tom Brady and then you're like, all right, next play, we're moving on. I'm buying stock in you right now. I am buying all the Mikey Davis stock that is out there. I'm telling you that right now.
That's like nerves of steel level stuff. Like the whole act like you've been there thing. I would have stopped and danced right there in the middle of the game on the field. I wouldn't care.
Yeah. You'll cart me up. You will have to carry me off in handcuffs. I'm done. I will be in the end zone. My shirt's coming off like Antonio Brown. I'm walking around with the ball. I'm chugging beers. I'll go slap Tom Brady in the face and be like, yeah, you're my bitch now, Tom Brady. You're my bitch, dude. Don't ever throw near me again, dude. Like,
how does it feel?
Did you not like? You didn't say like. Did you say anything in the interview after they like? I know you've been asking about this moment a lot. You didn't do. Come on.
I literally didn't. Even my touchdown celebration was weak. Like, it was weak.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
okay, Mikey. Look, I'm a big social media guy. Okay, I got quite a few followers. All right, let me tell you what you got to do.
Most importantly, former mascot, so he knows a thing or two about dancing.
mm-hmm.
I'm saying, look, I was a 2-time All-American, 2-time mascot of the year, so I understand celebrations. I mean, I'm going to say better than anyone in this chat right now. So I'm going to tell you what you got to do. Okay, if you pick off A-Rod or somebody, like that, Aaron Rodgers or someone.
My next one.
Yeah, that's your next one. You pick off A-Rod. You carry the ball in the end zone. Okay. You turn around. You whip out from underneath your chest. You have a discount double check belt. And then you discount double check. Yeah. You walk over. You spit in the back of your hand. You spit in the back of your hand. You smack them. And you say, bitch, don't ever test me with that weak shit again.
I'll do the State Farm. I'll do the State Farm thing.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Calling it now. I'll do it.
I'm saying we got to build your brand here, dude. We got to build your brand. I'll Photoshop the pictures of you of like Aaron Rodgers in your hand, carrying him like a baby, dude. We got to start building you a social media thing here because
you got to make it into a meme, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
That's when you know you've made it. When you become a meme. When you become part of meme culture.
That's a beautiful thing. So, also, you're on the Chargers, which is a team that I think will be very good for a extremely long time. I mean, y'all have so much young talent on that team. You seem to have all the right pieces. You dealt with some struggles on the injury side this year. And what do you think it's going to take for that team to go to the next level where y'all are in a championship Super Bowl game because you have the talent there?
Yeah, we just gotta be more consistent at the same time, I think that's our problem with, I guess for me as a defensive side. Sometimes like each player will have our inconsistencies, but we're all gonna be connected all at once. And we actually figured that out the last game, even though we lost to the Raiders, whatever. I felt like we connected even more in a deeper level of the defense. But yeah, and we just got to be more connected going into the season, so we can be the next ones in the Super Bowl. You know.
I love the sound
But
of
yeah.
that.
I mean, y'all have the offensive firepower just as much that matches
Yeah.
anyone else in the league. And I just want to, before this gets out there, I did make a joke about Joey Bosa in a previous interview. And I just want to
What'd
get
you
that.
say?
You know, it's just, look, that's, you know, Joey is a big, strong, strapping man. And the writers, they wrote a joke about his
They're the
nose.
writers.
Yeah, the writers, I would never say it. I'm a Joey Bosa. I'm his #1 fan. I have his jersey. So I said he looked like Phineas and Ferb with that big ass nose.
Wow.
And but I had to. So I just want to make sure we get that cleared up that I'm Joey Bosa's #1 fan. I love the Bosa brothers. They can, you know, do an Oreo with me, whatever they want to do. And I love them and I'm a fan. So I just want to get this cleared up. You talk to Joey, let him know.
I'll let him know.
It was the writers, and I do not want to fist fight him whatsoever.
I'll let him know. I'll let him know. I'll blame the writers.
Another question, another one of your teammates. Does going against Justin Herbert in practice prepare you for the other quarterbacks in the league?
I mean, yeah, you guys see how he dices defenses up around the league. You know what I mean? He be trying to do that to us sometimes at practice.
Right.
So it kind of like helps us out, you know what I mean? Kind of keeps us on edge. And you always got to be on edge. I'm definitely on edge with him, around him.
You ever pull something where you're like, oh, you thought that was cute?
Yeah, we did a few times at practice. Yeah, a few times at practice.
Do you go ahead? Sorry,
go ahead. You go ahead.
I'm asking, does he in practice, because obviously, you know, the game's a different thing, but in practice, is he like a next level better? Like Rich, just like in practice, because in practice, I guess you would make more throws than you would in the game naturally. Is it just sometimes you're just sitting there like, I fucking hate this guy. Like, I hate him because he's just making these amazing throws. Because in the game, he makes throws that at times don't seem realistic.
Yeah, I mean, he does that at practice, especially like during camp. He just be
like save that for the season, buddy. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. He be trying to squeeze the ball in there sometimes, and he be getting it. He be like, wow, like how do you fit it in there? You know. But as you don't know, he has an arm. He definitely he's a slinger.
I can throw a football 75 yards, so I have an arm as well. I got a cannon right here. So me and Justin Herbert are a lot alike. So I'm gonna tell you what you got to do next time you pick off Justin in practice is you go in the end zone, you spit them.
Backhanded.
This is my team, bitch. This is my team, dude. Oregon Ducks, all y'all's uniforms are ugly. Okay, a writer told me to say that, by the way, Justin. That wasn't me. That was another writer. I hate these writers. Are ridiculous.
These writers are just hostile. They're just out to get you in so many fights, Rocky. They must go to the bars with you, too, because there's just, you know, oh, writer told me to say that. I didn't call you that name. A writer told me to say that.
Dude, that's what I get pulled over now. When I get pulled over by the police, I'm just like, look, officer, the writer told me to drink. It wasn't me, dude. Well, I guess it's time. Vernon, Mr. Davis, do you want to place any bets on the Super Bowl? Do you you got any absurd thing you think's going to happen? Anything wild you see happening that you want to put some money on?
LA Rams are going to win the game. Odell Beckham, I'm calling the shots. Odell Beckham is going to have a huge game, and the Rams are going to win.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, Vernon,
you think home field advantage plays into any of this at all?
Definitely.
Well, not for yes and no. A guy like Joe Burrow,
Mikey's saying yes. Mikey's saying yes.
Joe's going to show up anywhere. It does play. It plays an advantage. But when you get a guy like Joe Burrow he'll go anywhere and just sling the rock, you know.
All right, so I'll take the opposite. I'll go Joe Burrow. Place a bet winning the Super Bowl.
Okay, I don't have enough money to bet against either of you, so good luck.
And I'll bet 0-0 by halftime.
You're out of your
mind. No.
Like a wild thing.
Hold on.
It's a bet. It's a wild bet.
Hold on, Mikey. Look, we're on a legally binding. This is a legally binding contract. My lawyer, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, is sitting behind me right now. Okay, that's him. And if you
sideways,
you want to make that bet that it will be 0-0 at halftime,
Mike, I can't go for that one. I can't go for that one.
Bro, it's a wild bet.
Mikey, I love to look.
Wild bet.
If you don't know, Mikey, me, Vernon, whole team of people, we're streaming the game. We're gonna do a live stream. Okay, for the live stream, we're gonna be there, and I'm bringing a bunch of cash because I'm gonna make a bunch of bets during the game because that's how I was raised. Okay, you make bets. My mom made a bet I wasn't gonna be here, and now I am. What's up? So I will make that bet, Mikey. If you really believe your word that it will be 0-0 at halftime. There is not a chance in hell it is 0-0 at halftime.
Jeez, you never know.
Yeah, Mikey, there'll at least be a field goal. You have two powerful.
Listen, you asked the man for absurd situations.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
No, and the Rams also will win. The Rams will win. The Rams will win. But I do love Cincinnati in that game. The 0-0. I guess a wild one. I'll make a wild bet that Cooper Kupp will stay under 50 yards. That's a wild one.
That's a very, very wild bet.
I'll bet.
Yeah, I think he'll stay under 50. I think it, like Vernon said, it'll be OBJ.
Shut him down
under 50.
Yeah, I don't see him moving. I see them at a certain point. They're just gonna have to. If you don't line up, I asked Vernon this question. I'll ask you the same question. Why is Cooper Kupp so good? Like, why is he so like? He doesn't seem to be the most physically imposing guy on the field, the fastest guy on the field, the quickest guy on the field. Why does he get open and have these ridiculous games as a cracker? Like, how does he do this?
He has some sauce to his routes, I think.
He has some what?
He has some sauce to his routes, you know. So, you know how like some receivers are run their routes like the way it's written on paper, like straight and all that. Like Cooper can like make you like. He can change the speed in his route, but also run it like fast. I don't know. It's like weird.
So, Mikey, you line up against me, okay? You're against me. I'm up in the slot. What do you think's happening? I'm 6'3", 240. I run probably a 5'8" flat.
Slot?
Yeah, I'm in the slot. So I'm lining up. I'm big too, Mike. Look at that.
He thinks you wake up from this dream you're talking about. That's what he thinks.
10 times, Mikey. What do you think's happening? You think you can? I met Marlon Humphrey last week. And Marlon,
you one.
You can give me one?
I'll give you one cash. I'm pretty good now. I mean, I got my fails, but I'm pretty good.
Dude, I want to mess with Mikey, but he's just so nice. He said he'll give me one. I'll
give him one, and then I'll point over at him and be like, that was his Make-A-Wish, guys. He's got 3 more weeks to live.
There's a better chance of the Super Bowl being 0-0 at the end of the game than me getting one catch, dude. I'm going to start training now. What do you eat? Salmon? I'm going to have salmon. I'm going to do 2 weeks salmon. We'll run one. And then I'm going to do 2 weeks of order the rotisserie chicken with mac and cheese and peanut brittle.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Peanut brittle. I'll get peanut brittle.
Mikey, what are you gonna do, dude? Dude, think about it. Just look, start it off next year in training camp. Start training camp and just start going in rotisserie chicken, mac and cheese, and mashed potatoes. And what if you start playing as one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league? I'm just saying, you're talking to a legend. Vernon's been around. Maybe there's something to the rotisserie chicken and mac and cheese. You got to go. Where'd you go? Where did you go, Vernon? What was the place?
Market.
Boston Market. You got to go.
Market.
I'll tell you why, because I can tell you something right now. Boston Market, that ain't real chicken. That is steroid chicken. That's why. that's how Vernon played all these years. That is some HGH chicken at Boston Market, dude. You are MS. No, not Madison Square Garden, Jenn. Oh, no. That's awesome, Mikey. Well, I'll hold you that 0-0. I think so. Yours is 0-0. Mine's Cooper Kupp under 50 yards. Vernon, yours is the Rams winning the Super Bowl. Jenn, do you got one? You got a crazy bet?
My bet is that you will see Eminem's left nipple during halftime.
Wow.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Calling the left. The left is that's the wild card one, I think, honestly.
I'll take that bet, but if it comes out right, I want double. I want double.
A gentleman's agreement.
Yeah. I've never seen Eminem with his shirt off. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Eminem seems like he's just built like a pile of sand. It just doesn't seem like I don't know why. He just seems like a guy that works out a lot. He's not like a Dave Chappelle that came back and he was just jacked.
Listen, Rocky, we're going to clip this. We're going to clip you talking shit on Eminem, send it to him, and we'll see how this ends up for you. Because it didn't go well for Nick Cannon, okay?
Why? I swear to God, like, why did they do this?
We have to get this show pressed by any means possible. And we're just, banking on you saying something stupid.
I know, like, I said something about Bosa, and like, I said something about, who else did I make fun of? Roethlisberger. I got a bunch of hates for Roethlisberger. Mikey, is this bad? All I said is Ben Roethlisberger looks like a manager at Home Depot. That's all I said. That's not that bad. He's just built like a guy that smoked cigarettes and cuts your plywood. There's nothing wrong with what I said. I'm not saying he's a good quarterback. And I got a bunch of hates. They made fun of my teeth because these top teeth are from Mexico. Yeah. They made fun of my teeth and stuff. Man, it's ridiculous. It's tough in these streets being a comedian, man.
Tough.
And an ex-NFL athlete, dude. Dallas cheerleaders, call me back.
Jesus. No. Oh, well, guys, it's been so much fun hanging out with all of you. Mikey, thank you so much for joining us. This has been another episode of Calling Shots with Vernon Davis. We will see you guys next time.